WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Everybody, thank you for joining me for Can We Talk About It, where we do talk about that elephant in the room. Before we start, you guys know I have to give my shout outs. So I'm giving a shout out to my sister Sharon. Hey Sharon, my brother James. How you guys doing? I love you so much. I'm going to make it my business to come and see you guys sometime this week. I want to give a shout out to my husband, Charles Stinson. I love him so much. He is the love of my life. I want to give a shout out to my children, Robert, Robin, Dale, and Donnell. I love you guys. I want to give a special shout out to my baby girl, one of my granddaughters. Her name is Raquel. Hey, little fats, I love you so much. You better make sure you come and get your gift on your birthday. And without further ado, I do have a guest today. He's a director. He's a writer. He does a series. I've talked to you guys a little bit about Waterland Productions. He has a series out called Walter Loves Jenna. It's like the black version of I Dream of Jeannie. It's really cool. I worked with him back in 2008 and 2009, and we did a couple of these little series and everything. He's still doing his thing, so I want to introduce to you Walter Lee. Hey Walter, how you doing?
Fine. How you doing?
I'm good. So I wanted you to tell me about your book, Walter Loves Jenna.
Okay. All right. It's a black version of I Dream It. Mm-hmm. It's a black version of I Dream of Jeannie. And
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to look in that camera right there and let them know what this book is about.
Okay. It's a black version of I Dream of Jeannie, and I've been writing it for many, many years. And I'm trying to make this a sitcom, a weekly sitcom. And it's based on my book, Walter Dream of Jenna. Mm-hmm. It's based on a book. I've been doing that for many, many years. And when you see it, you're gonna like it.
You really are. You're really gonna love it, ladies and gentlemen, because he gave me this book. Excuse me, Walter, I didn't mean to cut you off. But he gave me a book, and I read some of it, and it's really, really good. The plots are good. The comedy is well written. Is really good. I really like it. Me, as a matter of fact, I was telling you guys about a PSA, and me and Walter Lee yesterday, as a matter of fact, finished up our PSA. We're about to get into our editing. So we've worked together for a long time. There's other books that he have, and I wanted you to tell them about your other books that you have, because they're pretty good too.
Well, the other one, Black Syndrome, this one is another black version of male version of Waiting to Exhale and the Brothers. It's about four friends who bond together looking for love and romance after the other ones fail apart. And that's why they're looking for this one true love of their lives, four African American males. And it's just like Waiting to Exhale and the Brothers. And then plus I'm doing another one, Brother to Brother Soul, male version of Soul Food too. And a stage play I'm planning to do called Men Cry for Help, because as you know that men, they get hurt and abused too by women in the past. And that's why that one I did yesterday with Miss Stinson, PSA, it really is that men need to learn to speak up if you get hurt or abused by someone. And don't be afraid to speak. Say something or tell someone you know and you could trust, because men too get hurt by women as well. and abuse too, because it's similar in my situation. I've been through that too, and been used and hurt too, and that's why writing it helped me overcome go inside to make you could. If you can't trust someone, trust the Lord, or trust someone and you could trust.
That's beautiful. That's very beautiful, Walter.
Thank you.
Yep, that's very beautiful. And that's why I love working with this guy, because, I mean, he has a heart of gold. He don't mind giving you a chance in the spotlight. He don't mind working with anybody. One thing I will say about Walter, he's a sponge of knowledge when it comes to reading and writing. He also does directing, and like he was talking about the PSA. Man, I can't wait for you guys to see this PSA. We tried to put our souls into this PSA because we always talk about how women, black, white, it doesn't matter, but we always talk about how women are abused, and nobody never think they think just because a guy is big and bulky, that he can't be hurt, or he's not gonna let nobody hurt him. But when you're in love and you love somebody and you know that they're doing these things to you, not only do you not want them to go to jail, you don't want nobody to know as a man, because you feel embarrassed, about what's going on. You don't want people to think that you're a punk or anything like that, so you kind of like keep it to yourself.
Because the reason why men, that it don't happen to men who get abused, if it's by women and stuff, just like when you get bullied at school, and now it's not at school, you get bullied at workplace too. And what I heard happened so many times about school shootings and stuff and workplace violence, that same thing with men who when they get abused by women. Sometimes we always say you have to just walk away, but if any woman, and I told that all the time, if anyone, if a woman do that and you're afraid to speak, tell someone someone like a close friend who's a friend of. If you got a friend who's in law enforcement or attorneys or anything, say something. Go to someone that you could trust, and they could go, and then that's it. Because if you keep that inside, you get scared, and you go to jail for them, and they go back. They promise it's not going to happen again. They're going to continue on doing that.
Right. It's just a vicious cycle. It's going to continue to go on because you're not going to tell. Right. So as long as you don't tell, that circle of violence is going to continue. Right. And that's why it was very important. Like, once again, I cannot stop talking about this PSA. It's very important. And then the book that Walter has written about the men
cry for help.
Men cry for help. I want you to let them know, where they can find your books at.
Well, this one, Men Cry for Help, I'm planning on making it into a stage play.
But it's a book now, right?
No, not yet, but I'm making it into a play.
Okay, so is this the only book that you have on order right now?
Yeah, that's the only book I have order right now, and I'm planning on publishing my next one, and as soon as possible after I get this, if this becomes a hit.
So where can we get Walter Dreams of Jenna?
On Walter Dream of Jenna, you go on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble if you want to order it online. Okay.
So how much is the book?
Between $16 to $20.
Okay. I appreciate that. So let's get into the auditions that you do, the people that you be looking for. What type of people are you looking for your show? Because I know Jenna, Walter Loves Jenna, I know that's a sitcom. Like I said, I've worked with you a couple of times. As a matter of fact, we got a clip, and I want to show you guys this clip in a minute, but I actually want Walter to explain the pain and all of the failures that he went through to get this book out. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. So, you said you had been doing this for like over 20 years, getting this book together. So what were all the obstacles, the hurdles, what was all this stuff that you had to go through just to get this book out? Because it's great.
It was harder in the first place because no one didn't believe it, or they didn't even took it seriously when I'm trying to get Walter Dream of Jenna out there. I usually call it We Can Work It Out originally before I decided to change the title to Walter Dream of Jenna, because I wanted this to become a black version, because no one did ever see, because all the years you saw all those other sitcoms and fairy tale stories like that. And I have been writing for years. And I kept telling myself that if whites can do stories of it, why can't blacks do stories of it too? Because not only Walter Dreamer Jr., I Love My Doll, I have Johnny and the Mermaid, and everything else to make a black version of it, so it could be an equal opportunity so blacks could do storylines as well like that too, to bring this to life. Because years ago I never got taken seriously, and I did work with Miss Stenson about doing one episode of it, but I was thinking maybe down the road I'm going to maybe have her back on in an episode of a few of Walter Dreamer Jr., and then after that I have other script projects coming in the future, like Luther and Ebony coming up. So I might get Miss Stenson to be on there to help me bring this to life.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Walter. So without further ado, we're going to see a 2-minute clip of Walter Loves Jenna.
Mama. Daddy?
Yes, Jenna?
Yes, Jenna, how many times I tell you stop running around the living room like that? But I have some great news to tell you guys.
Well, what's the good news?
Yes, what is it? Okay. BJ asked me to marry him, and I said yes. What?
Oh, gosh.
Are you too happy for me?
I'm very happy for you marrying BJ.
He asked you to marry him? Yes, Mama. Are you too happy for me?
He's not the right one for you. I'm sorry, he's not the right man for you.
What are you talking about?
This is something you need to know about him, Jenna.
BJ may not be the one for you.
How could you say that?
He's up to something, and he is behind this takeover of this village where we were at, and that's why we left Cocoon to America when you was just a little girl.
Believe it, daughter.
A few days ago, I saw him with another princess.
No, another princess.
Yes, and I think they're in cahoots and taking over our village.
He may be involved. You remember the tribal arrangement, the marriage tribal arrangement?
Yes.
You remember
I
that?
don't believe you
He
too.
is not the right man for you. Don't have enough facts to back it up, but I know he is shady. He's gonna get you. So any way he can to get us in our home. Where we're at. That's why we left many
I
years
love
ago.
him. Daddy, okay, I love him. Mama?
Do he love you?
Yes, that's why he asked me to marry him.
Believe it. This is the truth. Believe it.
You know what? Stay out of this. I'm gonna find this on my own. What? I gotta go.
Jenna, come
Where
back
are you going? You go get my daughter.
here. You let her let her live her life.
Go get my daughter. Now. Don't you come home without my girl.
Walter Loves Jenna. This is really nice. I really did enjoy watching this little episode. Matter of fact, they just finished this production part of this episode. What, about 2 weeks ago?
Yep. Yep. Sure do.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, if you want, you can actually don't you have a YouTube channel where they can go and watch some of your clips?
Yeah, I had ones way back of old clips. One I used to play Walter way back doing the old original one. I used to originated the part of Walter way back.
So, what's the name of your YouTube handle?
All right, the one on YouTube is called Walter Dreamer Jr., and it's on YouTube.
So they can just type in Walter Dreams of Jenna and
Yes.
it'll come up.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what you guys do. Type in Walter Dreams of Jenna. Exactly what I really need you to do is get your YouTube channel so I can let them know exactly where to see all of your work and where to go to see your work.
Okay.
So I have one of his episodes on my YouTube channel, so you can go there, look into my playlist under television drama, and that is up there. When it comes to writing books, when it comes to doing auditions, when it comes to bringing people together, Walter is one. So, I had to bring him on here, not just because he's a good friend, because he has very good ideas. He's a very creative man. There's a lot of people, and I'm talking to you actors, actresses, thespians, people who's trying to get into the business as far as having a first chance. Walter and I, actually, we are the type of people that love giving people first chances. You don't even have to know how to act. We have experience, and we've trained people and coach them through various different filmings that we've done, and I think we've done pretty good. So if anybody do want a chance to work for Walter, I want Walter to give you his email address and let them know what you're looking for.
Okay. I'm looking for more. I'm going to have more auditions coming up soon. One is going to be Luther and Ebony. I'm doing that one soon, and plan on filming it during the spring and summertime. And I'm still looking for doing readings of it too. And we got the actors for it, but I probably do need some more actors for it, just in case, as an understudy or backup and stuff like that. And after we completed with Walter Dreamer Journey, because I'm going to do episodes of it. Then I'm going to work on doing my next one called Luther and Ebony, and I'm going to do Brother to Brother Soul. And this is about a male version of soul food. And it's about 4 brothers who are trying to save a family business from not falling apart. And not only we need more guys to play the brothers, the parents, and other people on there too. Excuse me.
Okay, so you just need everybody.
Right.
Because you want it to be as authentic as possible when it comes to a down-to-earth film.
Right,
So
I do.
Yeah, I understand it. So soul food, when you think of soul food, you think of, togetherness. Sometimes you think of, rebellion and,
Right.
sisters and brothers being at odds with each other. Can you give us like a little episode, out your book? Tell us a little piece of an episode out of, was it Brother to Soul?
Yeah.
So can you give us a little episode out of that?
It's a story about 4 brothers. I'm trying to make that into a featured film, and they bond together. They always bond together, and they don't have no competition. They just work. 2 of the brothers works with their father in this business firm, and the other 2 brothers, they work doing their own
Like
thing.
odd jobs.
Right, because they're trying to break out of the family shadow. And I really love that story about 4 brothers, like Brother to Brother Soul. And it reminds you, because Saturday they always have cookout during the spring and summertime, and during the fall and winter they go out for Sunday dinner.
Okay.
And they always they don't talk much about the business. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They just talk about other things in their lives.
So I do want to ask you this question, Walter. What actually touched you to make you want to start writing?
It touched me because I've been writing for a long, long time, and I've been working on this acting and writing, and I love writing stories, bringing things to life.
So when did you start writing?
Excuse me. I've been writing at a young age.
So what, 10, 11, 15?
About 13, 14 years old.
Okay. So what was you writing about back then? What type of things were you writing about back then?
I used to write about the Brookies.
The Brookies.
Yeah. And it's about 4 guys. I used to originally write about, cops and robbers, and when I was younger, but I changed it to about high school students and stuff, and call it a group of high school, school student.
So as you grew, your storylines grew.
The storyline grew, and with different names of characters and stuff.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. When did you ever take like poetry classes or anything in school? Were you ever in any type of poetry classes or any book clubs in school, or did you ever get any accolades or anything for that?
Not exactly. Probably some I did. I didn't know much about poetry and all that
Mm-hmm.
until I got a little older and stuff. And I heard about poems, but I didn't got really not into it.
Right, but the writing, that's what really grabbed you, telling
Right,
stories.
the writing grabbed me a lot, the stories. And when I go to bookstores, libraries, and see magazine, I said, well, I'm going to get into this. I want to see where this going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, and then years ago, I always said, well, do you want to write this or add your own flavor to it, of a twist to it?
So you do have some twists. I will
do.
give you that. You do have some twists, and I'm very impressed with your book. With Walter Walter Loves Jenna. Excuse me, because the master here have been going through trying to find so many different titles.
Right.
So Walter Dreams of Jenna, I think that was a really good title to come up with.
It is. And that's why I said I got to bring this to life. This got to be a catchy title, catchy story to bring this black version of Walter, black version of I Dream of Jeannie come to life. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Because, remember The Wiz?
Yes.
Remember one with Diana Ross and Michael Jackson?
Right.
And Nipsey Russell and all of them?
Right.
It was a black version of The Wizard of Oz.
Right.
And I said, if they could do it like that, I could do it with Walter Dream of Jenna.
Yes,
do
you
it
can.
a black version of I Dream of Jeannie.
Right, because us when we were younger, it wasn't really too many black versions of anything like that. We had Good Times and we had What's Happening, and they really didn't portray black people in a good light.
In
But
a way like we see.
exactly, but for just like a fictional movie like Walter Loves Jenna, the I Dream of Jeannie version was funny, but to see it made through black eyes is just the bomb. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's the bomb.
Because some of them people don't see it. People don't take it seriously. They don't want to see it. The people are afraid. If they can do it, I will do it. I'm the one that's bringing it to life. I Love My Doll was like a black version of Mannequin and Weird Science, and Johnny and the Mermaid is the same thing with
Splash.
and the Little Mermaid.
Okay.
And I'm doing the same thing. And I say, they can't do it. I will do it. Because everybody say, you becoming like the Michigan owner Tyler Perry and Spike Lee and Lee Daniels.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
And I want to do Walter Lamb production, and I want to bring my company build up. I want to do how Barry Gordy did with Motown or John H. Jones, who did Ebony and Jet magazine. And I want to build it up. And that's
So
why
what did they do with Ebony and Jet?
Well, John H. Johnson, he took $500 from it, I think from his family, and built this, made this what it is.
The Jet magazine?
Yep, Ebony and Jet magazine, the way it was. Just like Barry Gordy did with Motown. He borrowed $800, and plus the money he took from writing songs for Jackie Wilson and Marv Johnson, and made Motown with help from his friend Smokey Robinson and Barry.
Do his thing.
Do his thing. Build your own company. And others too did that. Sam Cooke owned his own record label in this short career.
Yes, he did.
So it's Otis Redding. And then they could do it in music. I could do it in films and TV in the Michigan area. And that's what we need to work together to bring stuff to life. And you guys want to help bring
Yeah, because when they had that emergency manager and cut off the what was that that we had for the film incentives, and they cut that off because when they first started bringing a lot more movies to Michigan, they were getting ready to start calling Michigan the new Hollywood.
I wish they could come do that. And then I was thinking about maybe it's time that we need to bring that back to life, because I want to do the same thing with like that again. And then I might do the same with Walter Lamb production and Walter Dream of Jet if it becomes a hit. And we all have to work together and bring this to life. And I'm thinking at this time, because when I was auditioning up in Greenfield, one guy told me he's going to dedicate one that inspired me. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? I think it's time it's time to get it out there. and it's time, and that's why I need some support from everybody.
And the time is now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, this man is going to be a force to be reckoned with in Michigan. This man has books, episodes from comedy series, from drama series,
A stage play.
stage plays. He's got it going on. He's up and coming. He's like the underdog that nobody sees coming. And if you want to get on board, get in touch with him. And I don't know if you gave them once again your email address, but tell them what your email address is.
Okay, my email address is walterlee01@hotmail.com. And if you want to go on my Facebook, I'm under Walter Perry Lee.
So and your email again is
walterlee01@hotmail.com. And if you guys want to help me bring Walter Dreamer Journal and Walter Lamb Production, all the other projects I'm bringing to life, let me know, okay? And it's called walterlee01@hotmail.com. You want to get in contact with me.
Yep. So yeah, I'm so glad that I was able to bring him in. On that note, we really love you guys. We're so glad that Michigan has a lot of talent. I mean, great talent. I mean, Michigan got talent that Hollywood would never ever probably put his finger on because it's Hollywood. But I want to thank Walter for coming, and I want to thank you guys for coming, and I want you guys to know. Oh, I also have a book for Walter, sir. If you would get that book for me, sir, Mr. Flip, if you would get that book for me, sir, just open up that pouch right there, that black pouch. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So, Walter, he's always giving people his books and telling them my book. Always giving him, books and everything. So I just want Walter to know that I have a book. This is my paperback book. It's called The Lonely Housewife. The paperbacks are selling like crazy. It's always good to get cover, but this is good too. The Lonely Housewife. So this is for you, Walter.
Thank you.
So you can, have something to read and everything in your spare time when you're not writing, when your mind is, relaxing and everything. Maybe my books can give you a little, relaxation, because your book show is giving me one. I really like that, Walter.
It's not only for Lonely Housewife. It could be for men who gets alone too.
Yeah, that's true, but it's called The Lonely Housewife.
Right.
So, on that note, people, we love you to death. You guys out there, you be strong and you stay strong.
And positive.
And positive.